Biblical theology to edify and help spiritually. Tips on living a surveillanced Christianity, Part 7 by Eliseo Perez. 2. Victims of electronic harassments, targeted individuals. Pray to God that He does not give you the gift of prophecy and that He not speak to you through a prophet so you can be sure in God. And watch out for family and so-called friends too. Well now, what else I want to tip you with is that you should ask God not to give you the gift of prophecy. And ask Him also never to speak to you through any prophet, because they who surveillance you know just about everything about you, making it easy for them to get up and prophesy falsely in His name, for kicks against you. This, because they will get sensationalized with understanding so much about you, that they can even predict what you will do and even encounter sometime shortly. This is through studying your habits and seeing what is logical to happen. They can really use this in effective ways against you, so consider. Say to God, you will not be able to tell if it is Him, so you cannot trust in any word of prophecy about you. God will do that for you. He hates when people prophesy falsely. But at the same time, you will never worry about that being a problem to you any longer, because you asked God. Then, you will live in peace from that particular thing, rejecting any sort of prophecy against you that may come your way. I did that early during the first 2 years, once I realized I was surveillanced. Also, since you asked God not to give you the gift of prophecy, you can never be led on false spiritualisms they can inject into you wirelessly that they may or will use to cause you to prophesy falsely to have material against you, as pretexts why they attacked you to seem as if they got that right. This under emotionalisms and sensationalisms. They may do this to discredit you from the start. This so they can have a pretext to hate you and do evil to you, which would include torturing you. Since they understand that spirituality came from them, and not from God, they will attack you for such doings. They will judge you and test you to see if your prophecies come to pass. I never in all my life prophesied. But this will be their devil's playground they will drown in with good pleasure, being mean and evil to you. And they will see you fail, eventually, not being able naturally living a holy life before God. And this they will use against you to assure themselves they have a false prophet in their hands in records they will send to their headquarters, as monumental cover-up materials for their crimes they intend to commit at you in time. They will force themselves to exist focusing on that matter to achieve hating you, judging you, and feeling good and justified about torturing you. This, even though you live for God, with all sincerity. So, knock out this problem away from you. Ask God and He will give that to you. And you will always know, there is no way God could be speaking through the gift of prophecy through anyone about you, not even to you. It will secure you some. And if you ever prophesy, you can renounce that in the name of Jesus and ask Him for forgiveness. This will also keep you from embracing any false spirits to prophesy something God never told you to, just to keep it safe and good between you and Jesus. And ask Him also never to speak to you through any prophet that includes any minister of Christ, because taste of this all that they catch about you producing will sensationalize someone eventually with fraud spirituality against you without care, pity nor apology. And even though it caused serious damage or even crime by others in your neighborhood or city against you. Okay? Oh, and watch out for family or any so-called friends, because they will not care nor understand your problem state and may or will plot against you because of that, once getting a taste that you believe you are or were for still a victim of electronic harassments, surveillances, and or mind control. Some may possibly have really serious hateful family or that opposes you, because they want to, since even before all this like me, which this all only gives them more to use against you, as a good use pretext on top of the other pretexts. So keep it out of their reach, if possible or as best possible, and but also don't speak it out, as much possible for them to hear or any to hear. Concentrate to revealing it to the government only. I do post things publicly, but I feel I have to make some solid point. But do forgive through at least stating it in a short prayer that you do in His name by faith. I do forgive, but I do see it is wrong to trust, with me, being around me, and with things about me. So-called friends even worse, if you can't even trust family for the natural things of relationships. Well, just forgive and take it as a lesson only to trust God only. So try to keep to yourself and exercise establishing a relationship with God that is good enough to comfort you through normal hardships also. On this all fail even tragically, though born again, but keep trying it, even if for another day. During times like these some years sound better through it, but acknowledge it is better to accomplish it without, as you oppose the beer temptations. As I said before, I am a Christian, but not a saint. And no, I have stopped drinking beer and do plan to continue with no beer. But do practice asking God at least with small prayers hoping they change towards you, to shield you from their deliberate damage they could pose, as if to punish you, when they see you believe you are satellite surveillanced and attacked wirelessly, to give you the strength to withdraw from them, if you are not married to them, asking for salvation for them, asking God to protect them from city crime that exists everywhere, for healing, when they are sick, and for God to bless them. Tips on living a surveillanced Christianity and Part 7 by Eliseo Perez, El Paso, Texas, the United States.